think I may have made my TBR a little bit too big for November. Hey folks, it's Abby, and yeah, I've got a fair few books to get through in November. I know that I have gotten through more in past months of this year, but these are different. So let's just dive straight in. I'm going to be doing a buddy read. This isn't going to start until about halfway through the month roughly, so it will be going on into December. That is going to be buddy reading Hard Times by Charles Dickens with Olivia Savannah from Olivia's Catastrophe. I am very excited for this. We've read a few Dickens before, and it always enhances the reading experience to read any classic with Olivia. This edition is ancient, and I've been keeping it away from my other books in case it is somehow infected. But it's a very old edition. It doesn't say how old. I wish it did say how old. Autumn's Press Limited. I'm sure if I did some googling that would probably tell me. And this is a bind-up of sketches by Boz and also Hard Times. So I picked this up when I lived in Preston because it's set in Preston. Ta-da. Let's just go through the difficult ones first. So the first difficult one is my final book from my These Books Will Expire because they're my oldest books and I'm going to unhaul them if I don't read them video. And that is Edge of Eternity by Ken Follett. This book is over 1,000 pages long and it's a historical fiction written by a man whose writing I have mixed feelings about. So this is going to be fun. I am determined that I'm going to fucking finish it this year. So we shall see how this goes. The first book in the series is set in World War I, book 2 is World War II, and book 3 is the Cold War. We follow the same family of characters, some of the same characters if they're still alive, across this time frame, and see how their lives intertwine, intermingle, and see how they are impacted by these wars. It is very interesting, it is very well researched. Ken Follett's writing of women has improved over time. Still wasn't great in book 2, but it's better than it was in Pillars of the Earth. We shall see. Can you tell I've been putting this one off? And then the final of the difficult reads for my TBR for this month is Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. So I have been lucky enough to be added on to the Book Break blog tour for the re-release of this paperback. This book had been out for 10 years, it's got bonus content in here, and I have never read it, but I've read now, in recent months, a lot of Adrian Tchaikovsky, and I really enjoy his writing, so I'm very much looking forward to it, but this is still a big space opera book, and it is a little bit daunting. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. Even though I read big books, it's still a little bit daunting. This is over 650 pages long, so much smaller than Edge of Eternity, but having both of them on my TBR at once is a little bit scary. I'm sure I'll be fine, because it's me and I tend to just somehow manage these, but I am still scared. In terms of what this space opera is about, the last remnants of the human race have left a dying Earth, followed their ancestors' star maps and discovered the greatest treasure of a past age, a world terraformed and prepared for human life. But all is not right in this new Eden. The planet is not waiting for them, pristine and unoccupied. New masters have turned it from a refuge into mankind's worst nightmare. Now 2 civilizations are on a collision course and must fight to survive, as the fate of humanity hangs in the balance. Who are the true heirs of this new Earth? And I've heard that there are spiders from Olivia Savannah, and she has arachnophobia, and she was able to read this, so if anyone does have arachnophobia as well, you should be okay, but like, pinch of salt. But this should be really interesting. I have really enjoyed and was, from knowing nothing about him other than he's a man writing sci-fi space operas, I was pleasantly surprised by the first few books that I read from him and then have loved everything since. So I am very excited to delve into his biggest series. Not that I need another huge series on my TBR, but I'm still very excited. So thank you very much to Book Break and that whole team over there for the chance to actually delve into this series, because I've wanted to for a long time and this is the perfect excuse. Then on to the slightly less daunting books, because they are more of a normal size. So the first one I'm going to mention, I read a Discworld book each and every month, and this month's book is Thud by Terry Pratchett. I don't know what this one's about, I never know. I do this every time. I'm like, what is it about? I don't know. It's a City Watch book. So I've left the squealing in. I'm not going to tell you what the squealing's about completely, because it's technically kind of a spoiler, but I will say it's in reference to Where's My Cow, which is actually on the back of this, and my other half has it downstairs. So I will be reading that once I've read Thud as well. But yeah, so this is a City Watch novel. I love the walls, so who cares? But just in case you're curious. So yeah, I'm looking forward once again to delving more into Discworld. I am getting concerningly close to the end. I've started the Tiffany Aching books, and that means that I'm near the end. And loads of people like don't read the final books, so they don't ever finish the series, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was like, I don't need to think about that for ages. You need to think about it now. Then a book that I've been pushed to read by many people. So Caitlin from Letters from Kinradi sent me this. I've been encouraged by Hannah from Letter M and also Celine from Stuff Celine Reads to read this book, and that is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I'm quite nervous about this one. This book is about a woman who falls in love with Maxime de Winter, a wealthy, handsome widower, and she marries him, goes home with him, and her entire life revolves around Rebecca, his first wife. And I don't know much more than that, but November seems the perfect time to read this book. I am a little nervous about diving into it because it's so well renowned. It's 400 pages, so it's not short, but it's not too long, but it's so well renowned, and I've never read anything from Daphne du Maurier before, but I am also very excited to finally delve into this, so hopefully I love it. Then the last two books are both from Book Break. One of them is Forget You Saw Her by Noelle W. Ihli. I read Ask for Andrea in August and really enjoyed it. I blasted through it. I thought it was a unique take on the standard murder mystery premise, and I really enjoyed that. This one apparently is linked to Ask for Andrea. A woman gave up her daughter for adoption, and then she finds out that her daughter is a missing person, and so she's like, well, I'm gonna find her. And the daughter is the Andrea from Ask from Andrea. Oh, that's how it's linked. There we go. So I really enjoyed the first one. I'm hoping to blast through and enjoy this one too. And my final book on my TBR for November is The Menu of Happiness by Hisashi Kashiwa. I'm so excited to read this. I'm sure I'm going to absolutely blast through it. I'm using this for the Food on the Cover challenge, for the Winter Reading Challenge, which is linked up above. I am really excited to read this. I have read the first two books in this series relatively recently and really enjoyed them both. They're both very quick reads, very joyful reads, so I'm excited to dive in. In this series, we are following a man who used to be a police detective. He is now retired, runs a tiny little restaurant, and if you go into the restaurant, you can ask him to find a dish that you had once previously in life. And you give him as much information as you have about the dish, like where you ate it, why you ate it, where you were living at the time, primarily in Japan. This is a translated Japanese novel. And then our detective will go and find that dish and recreate it for you. And it's all about the emotions that food can bring and the memories that you have with people in your life, and it's gonna be lovely, which is a nice change from Deadly Spiders, the Cold War, Hard Times, which I can only assume is not positive, a watch going through issues, Rebecca, and a thriller. So I've got one happy book. If I pick up any extras, please push me towards picking up happy books in November. Regardless whether they're happy or not, I'm really excited to read all of these. They all sound absolutely fantastic. Hard Times and Edge of Eternity are their own thing. So yeah, should be good. Should be a really good reading month. I'm excited for the buddy read, and I'm excited to delve into more. Obviously, I'm excited for them all. That's why I picked them. Please let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these, what you think of them, if I should push them to read them faster, if I should be pre-warned before reading any of them. I happen to know someone's opinion on Hard Times. They're not a fan, but I am really excited to delve into all of these. I think it's going to be another fantastic reading month. The Winter Reading Challenge has really made me focus and think about what I'm reading rather than pick things up randomly, so I'm really looking forward to that. Please do let me know, like I said, if you've read any of these. I need to hear your thoughts, I need to chat about them, and yeah, hopefully in about a month's time we'll come back and we will see what I think of these books. Thank you so much for watching, folks, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!